Evergreen webinar funnel, how to create one for your business. Hi, I'm Lucy Griffiths, and creating an evergreen webinar funnel has been absolutely transformational for my business. I was launching non-stop for a good few years, and I got to a point in my life and my business where I was exhausted. I was just on the brink of going through a divorce. I was burned out. I was trying to juggle my son who's autistic and manage his needs, and having to launch constantly. I had a coach who was trying to get me to launch. She was trying to get me to launch 6 times a year, and it was overwhelming. It was too much. And having a big launch where it was, I talk about this a lot more. I have a video called my easy launches. We'll share it. But it was so exhausting by having to be present and be in the Facebook group and do a challenge. And we were spending thousands on Facebook ads and then getting 2,000 people into a Facebook group and doing a challenge and doing a webinar with them. And you were reliant on the tech working, on Facebook behaving. And there were so many things that could go wrong within the system. And it was really exhausting and just not fun. And I literally took a step back and was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I questioned everything. And the conclusion I came to was I just wanted to create a much simpler system. So I started doing an evergreen webinar. So basically, I had refined and tweaked my webinar enough that I knew that I could get the conversions from my webinar. But this time, instead of having a launch, I was running evergreen ads. So basically running ads to my freebies, and then on the back of that, and also YouTube videos going to my freebies talking about a particular freebie. Let's just talk about, I have one called 9 Smart Strategies for Passive Income, or my 10K launch plan, which may be of use to and interest to you, because I talk a lot about webinars in that. And so I'll share a link below. But basically by running those, then people were signing up and checking out. So they were signing up for that. And then on the back of that, they were then getting invited to go and watch a webinar. And so by watching my webinar, it meant, it was an evergreen pre-recorded webinar with an automated system to it. But it was easy, it was straightforward, it was simple. And so it removed all of that kind of just the complications of launching and the drama and the stress and the big team. I mean, I'd have 9 people who were sort of the launch team, and and it was way too many people, and I was having to manage people, and they were doing things, and then we were having to check those things, and it was just, I was creating hurdles of drama. And by removing all of that, I just simplified everything and really scaled it back. And so then it just meant that this evergreen webinar just sells. And so I just have to, look at what are the conversion rates? What is, the number of people that are signing up to the webinar? And, so how many people are opting into the freebie? How many people are then landing on the page? What's the conversion rate? How many people are attending the webinar? How many people are converting from the webinar? And so you're looking at those metrics and understanding, what is that conversion rate? How can I best improve that? And so by doing that, it really simplified everything and made it so much easier to run my business. So it meant that it took me just out of that, all of that stuff that I really didn't enjoy. And I could focus on creating content, which I much, 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 much prefer. And so I then was able to work 4 hours a day, 4 days a week, be really present for my son. I could do the school run with him in the morning. I'm a single parent, so I get him ready for school. He's autistic, so I have to, really be very present with him, get him to school, and, manage his meltdowns and his needs and all of that, get him to school. And then I go for a run, so I have a bit of me time. And then I start work from about 10:30 in the morning, and I'll work from 10:30 till 2:30. And then I sort of wrap up things, got half an hour, and then I pick my son up from school. And then in the evenings, I am really present with him. It's all about spellings and homework and all of that stuff and making dinner. And then we both go to bed early. And so my day is really simple. And I don't work Fridays because I take him to equine therapy. And because I've built a really simple, easy life, it makes everything else so much better. And that is what you can do too. So get rid of the launching that's complicated and horrible and make your life simple. So let's go have a look at how you can create your simple system. When it comes to building an evergreen funnel, you really want to think about a few things that I'm going to talk through in my funnels, but also in super, super successful funnels. So this is for my Confident on Camera product that sells for $19, but I've turned over from just this funnel, I turned over $1 million in revenue because really when you get a funnel that works, a sales page that works, then it converts. And so it's really about having a successful sales page that needs to do a few things. The first thing it needs to do is really have a strong hook. So have that headline that really entices people in, that makes them think differently, that really hooks them into the page so they stop and they read. And then from that, you want to sell the dream. You want to offer a possibility. Either it's a dream of living this life where you're on the beach, that your life is amazing, that you can cook better, that you can feel better, that you can have this most incredible life. Or it's a possibility that they can get over something that is holding them back. So the fear of being on camera, there is a possibility that they can escape that and to have a whole new dimension, new possibilities that will really change their business. And so you want to tap into those possibilities either way, but it's all about selling the dream. And so when you sell the dream, then, people go, oh yeah, wow. And then you want to tap into you. What is your expertise? What is your experience? So for example, because I'm selling a course called Confident on Camera, I'm talking about my experience. So my experience, I had 20 years in TV working in major news organizations around the world, in setting up TV stations, in working and training with hundreds of different reporters. So sharing those experiences, and also experiences interviewing some of the thought leaders on the planet and what that's like. So share your experience, share your wisdom. And then you want to really back it up with, okay, now we've had masses of feedback and testimonials. What do people think? Okay. So, I'm saying, look, 50,000 people have done this course. These are some of the questions that they ask. And then we're going into testimonials, and you want to sprinkle in as many testimonials as possible. So really have, explain what it's going to do, how it's going to help people, but really have as many testimonials. So putting those in place, showing people what they're going to get, and, just making it as easy for people as possible, having that social proof so they see it and they go, oh yeah, this must work for people. This can work for me too. I identify with those people. And so, that's where when people can identify with what you do, who you are, they're going to want to know more about you. They're going to want to understand what you're about. Also, if you can, have social proof to say, oh, look, I've I've been featured in various organizations. This is who I am. And so as much as possible, you're sharing those stories and your expertise of who you are. That might be things that you've achieved. That might be talks that you've given. That might be books that you've written, whatever it may be. Here's me with my book. So share that knowledge and that expertise. If you don't have that, that will come. But testimonials and videos are really key to help you, absolutely transform. If you want to include videos, that can really help as well. And also having things like guarantees, and make it that when it's an evergreen offering, you want to make it a limited time only, so they have to actually take action and move quickly. So as much as possible, get them to move to buy your product, your service, whatever it may be. Offer some things like frequently asked questions so you can help them, support them. And then, sales pages are long. That's okay. People who say, oh, I never buy from a long sales page. That's true. I don't either. I skim the sales page. I'll read the subheadings. I'll read the headline, and I might read an FAQ at the end, and that's it. But it doesn't convert when you don't have a long sales page. It makes a difference to your sale. When you are selling thousands of courses, it really, really makes a difference. We're going to just look at some others just so you can see. So this is I have a course that teaches you how to make courses and to sell your digital products. And so, again, you have that strong hook. You're promising the dream, okay? So the only system you'll ever need for building, launching, and selling a profitable digital course. And then you're asking people questions. So you're tapping into the pain. So you get people thinking like, oh, and you're wanting to flip the switch with their questions. So they might have these beliefs that, oh, I'm not an expert. Oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not clever enough. So you want to flip those questions, flip that switch and show them a possibility. But what if someone showed you how to do this? And so when you're showing them that possibility, you're showing them what's possible. You're showing them the dream. And then you're really spelling it out. You're saying, I bet I know what your life would look like. You'd be able to, you transform, you generate, you'd finally get back time with your family. You can choose to focus on your passion projects. And so you are flipping that switch. So you're opening them up to the possibilities that they would love. And then you introduce your offering. Okay. So you're introducing what you do, who you are, maybe a little video about it. So again, having those testimonials, various people talking about it, and then show your expertise. This is who I am. As many different testimonials as possible, showing them what it's all about, having those graphics to show this is what the course is about, what's in there, what's in each module. Don't just say, here's the module. You want to actually show the transformation too. More testimonials and, sprinkle in those bonuses, but more testimonials again. More testimonials. See how important those testimonials are? Because it really adds that social proof. Then about you. What's your expertise? What's your experience? And so I tell my story of working as a TV journalist, of, doing all of those things, of setting up TV stations, of working with various celebrities and interviewing people like Barack Obama, and then how I built my business and how that's changed everything. More testimonials. And so, you're really sharing with people what's possible. Okay. And so the more testimonials, having those little videos, having images of the people, so you show what is possible. And then you've got nice to see you down here at the bottom of the page, because remember, a lot of people don't read a sales page. They scroll. So they might read the headline, read some headings, and read at the bottom of the page. So then you just want to recap what's there, show those testimonials, answer some questions, because there are frequently asked questions, more testimonials, and then sprinkle in those buy buttons throughout so people know to actually start buying. And we're going to also look at the Mind Valley sales page, because I think this is really important to look at, because I'm just currently in a mastermind with Vishen, who runs Mind Valley, and he was saying how his sales page makes 100 million a year. And I just think it really can, when you start seeing that it's just a sales page, and it is possible for you too to create $100 million sales page. Again, it is a strong hook. There's a little video in there, just, it's showing what's all included, who they are. And I think it might even be a GIF rather than a video, which means it's sleek, it's there, and it says everything. So people see all the content. And there we go. Then we straight into, this is all the content that's there. And you go, oh, wow, there's so much. There's movement on the page, all the different topics. And then we go straight into the stories. Okay, so this is testimonials. And these are localized to whatever region you're in. So I'm in the UK. So you immediately go, oh, other people like me found this really useful. Then it explains more about it. So here we go. We've got for all different areas of, whether it's mind, body, soul, career, entrepreneurship, relationships, and then all the topics it's going to cover. And then it's showing, it's going to adapt to you. It's focused for your needs. Showing who the trainers are. So lots of different trainers. You might recognize some of them you won't recognize. And then here we go. Now this is really powerful. 19,000 case studies. So these case studies can show, oh wow, here's a transformation. Here's what's possible for this person. If it's possible for them, it's possible for you too. So if you click on the stories, let's open it up and you can see all the different stories of people who've benefited, whether it's opera singers or coaches or whatever it may be, and they're just sharing all of their stories. And so when you see them and you start reading them and think, wow, yeah, so many people benefited. Okay, so we'll keep going. Who it's also trusted by. So lots of different organizations where they say, oh, wow, yeah, this is good. These organizations like it, they do too. And here we go. Here's a graphic again of how it looks. So you can imagine owning this product. It takes it offline. It becomes a real living, walking, talking thing. Talks you through what to do, how to get going. And then, you can access it, whether it's important, the app on the App Store or Google Play. More stories. So many stories, all testimonials. And then, saying you can upgrade every aspect of your life for just $2 a day. What you'll learn. Here's more about the education. Again, all the different content that's there. So you look at it again, you go, wow, so much content. Becomes irresistible because there's so much you're going to get. So it's like showing it's jam-packed full of all of these things. The total value is 15,000. Now included, you can get all of these different things. It's saying the meditations, all the business, and then it's saying more stories, try it for free, 15 days risk-free. So that guarantee is so important. Here's how you get started. So remember how people scroll. So they're going to scroll through, they're going to see all of this. and they're going to scroll to the end, and they're going to see the guarantee very clearly, and then they're going to see here's what you get. So that tick list of here's what you get, and clear instructions. This is what you get. Join for this amount or this amount. So it's clear. Here's what happens after you order. So it's talking you through. Checkout page, log into your account. This is what it will look like. There's those frequently asked questions again. More testimonials, graphics again. Here's what you get, same thing. And then there we go. There's the final payment. So you see again, it's very similar. Okay, it's different graphics, it's different branding. It's me as a solopreneur compared to $100 million company, but the principles are the same. It's no different for you starting out and the $100 million company. It's just about having a sales page that connects and converts. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it useful and informative, and maybe made you think about creating your own evergreen system. If you liked it, I'd love you to subscribe. Please click on the link, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye bye.